Good morning, students. Today we will see about cirrhosis of liver. So, suppose we see basic of liver. So, liver is basically uh, unilateral organs in the abdominal cavity with 1.5 kg in a weight, wedge shape, four lobes which include right, left, caudate, and quadrate. Double blood supply from hepatic arteries as well as portal venous circulation, acne or portal triad, and lobules. Or we will see the basic functions of liver. So it is divided in six parts. Number one is metabolism, that is carbohydrate, fat, and protein. Secretory function, that is bile acid, salts, and pigment. Excretory, that is bilirubin, drugs, and toxin. Synthesis, albumin, and coagulation factor. Storage, vitamin and carbohydrates, and detoxifications of toxins and ammonia reduction. So bilirubin metabolism already we have seen yesterday in the jaundice, that is divided in the conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin, and urobilinogen through the urine and sterocobalamin through the stool will be excreted from the body from the fat of RBC. The cirrhosis is a consequences chronic liver disease progressive characterized by widespread fibrosis and nodule formation, and it occurs when the normal blood flow, bile, and hepatic metabolism is altered with the fibrosis. Okay, so once again I repeat, progressive disease characterized by widespread fibrosis or scarring and nodule formation when the normal flow, blood, bile, and hepatic metabolism is altered by fibrosis. If we see the types of cirrhosis of liver, so it is divided in four parts. Number one is alcoholic cirrhosis, that is most common due to the chronic alcoholism. Scar tissue is characteristically surrounded by the portal area. Number two is post necrotic cirrhosis. There are the broad band of the scar tissue due to late results of acute viral hepatitis, post intoxication with industrial chemicals. Third one is biliary cirrhosis, that is scarring occurs around the bile duct in the liver, result from chronic biliary obstruction and infections. And fourth one is cardiac cirrhosis, that is associated with severe right-sided long-term heart failure and fairly rare. Now, if you see the pathophysiology, the primary event is injury to the hepatocellular elements, which initiate the inflammatory response with cytokine release and toxin substances, and which leads to develop destruction of hepatocytes, bile duct cells, and vascular endothelial cells. Repair through the cellular proliferation and regeneration leads to the formation of the fibrous scar and ultimately going for development of cirrhosis of liver. Now, causes for the cirrhosis of liver are in the most common in the Western world is chronic alcoholism and hepatitis C. So we'll see each causes. Number one is alcoholic liver disease in the 15% of individuals who drink heavily for more than 10 years. That may be little as 3 to 4 drinks per day in a male and 2 to 3 drinks in a woman. It directly blocking the normal metabolism of the protein, fat, and carbohydrate. Number two is chronic hepatitis C. It is an infection with the virus and causing the inflammation with a low grade damage to the liver tissue. Third causes will be hepatitis B. So it is a hepatitis B is a virus most probably affecting the liver throughout the world, especially in the Southeast Asia. And along with this infection, comorbidities are there, so chances of cirrhosis liver are more. Non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, that is NASH. It is a fat buildup in the liver and eventually causes the scar tissue, and this type of hepatitis appears to be associated with disease like diabetes, obesity, and coronary artery disease, and treatment with corticosteroid medications. Here patient does not have any history of alcoholism. Then primary biliary cirrhosis. This may be also asymptomatic and complain of fatigue, skin itching, and non-jaundice skin hyperpigmentation with hepatomegaly. And there is a prominent alkaline phosphate elevation as well as elevation in the cholesterol and bilirubin. Next type is sixth one is primary sclerosis cholangitis, that is PSC. Is a progressive cholestatic disorder presenting with the skin itching, steatorrhea, and fat soluble vitamins deficiency and metabolic bone disease, and there is a strong association between the inflammatory bowel disease and cirrhosis of liver. Seventh type is autoimmune hepatitis. This is caused by the immunological damage to the liver causing the inflammation and eventually scarring and cirrhosis. Number one is hereditary. So that is usually present with the family history of cirrhosis, skin hyperpigmentation, diabetes mellitus, and pseudogout, along with and or cardiomegaly due to the signs of iron overload. Ninth one is a Wilson disease. This is also autosomal recessive disorder characterized by the low serum ceruloplasmin and increased hepatic copper content on the liver biopsy. Next cause, 10th one is alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency. It is also autosomal recessive disorder. Patient may also have COPD, and especially if the patient have history of tobacco smoking, then serum alpha 1 antitrypsin are very low. Then 11th one is a cardiac cirrhosis, that is due to the right sided failure of the heart lead to the congestions in the liver. Other causes will include about the cholestomia, cystic fibrosis, drugs or toxins, and certain parasitic infections such as schistosomaniasis. Signs and symptoms will include about following factors. Most commonly the symptoms will arise with the persisting or potential disease as well. So first will be the spider nevi, that is a vascular lesions consisting of the central arteriole surrounded by the many smaller vessels and increase in the estradiol. This occur in about 1/3 of the cases of cirrhosis of liver. Next one is palmarrhythmia, exageneration of normal speckle mottling of the palm due to altered sex hormone metabolism. Gynecomastia, benign proliferation of the glandular tissue of the male breast representing with the rubbery or firm mass extending concentrically from the nipples, and this is due to increase in the estradiol and can occur up to the 66% of male patient. Hypogonadism, then liver size can be enlarged, normal or shrunken. Then splenomegaly, this increase in size of the spleen due to congestions of the RBCs as a result of portal hypertension. Ascites, that is accumulations of the fluid in the peritoneal cavity and needs about 1500 ml to detect the flung dullness. Then caput medusa, in a portal hypertension, the umbilical vein may be open and blood from the portal venous systems may shunted through the umbilical veins into the umbilical veins and ultimately abdominal wall and manifesting. Other signs and symptoms will include about Bogmartin murmur, that is abdomen examinations with the stethoscope, collateral connections between the portal systems and umbilical veil systems can be heard. Then fetal hepatitis, that is musty odor in the breath due to increase in the dimethyl sulfide, jaundice and asterix, and other symptoms will include about weakness, fatigue, anorexia and weight loss. And nail changes will include about changes in the angulation between the nail and nail bud. And hypertrophic osteoarthropathy, that is a chronic proliferative periosteocytes of the long bones, can cause the considerable pain. And this is how the different kind of clinical features which are affecting the systems along with the cirrhosis of liver. Now diagnosis. So gold standard diagnosis of the cirrhosis of liver can be done with the help of biopsy of liver. Histologically, cirrhosis can be classified in micronodular, macronodular or mixed type. In lab investigation, we have to see for the 4 type of biochemicals. One is aminotransferase, alkaline phosphate, bilirubin and albumin. Along with that, we have to look for prothrombin time, that will be increased because liver synthesizes the clotting factors. Globulin will increase due to shunting of the bacterial antigen away from the liver to the lymphatic tissues. Serum sodium hyponatremia will be seen. Thrombocytopenia The decrease in the platelet count is less than 50,000. Leukopenia and neutropenia. Coagulation defects. Other lab investigations include about hepatitis viruses of A, B, and C, autoantibodies. Ferritin and transferase saturation is a marker of iron overload. Copper and ceruloplasmin, that is a marker of copper overload. Immunoglobulins level IgG, IgM, and IgA. Cholesterol and glucose level and alpha 1 antitrypsin deficiency. In imaging technique, diagnostic will be done with the help of initially with the ultrasound imaging that will be show about the damage of the liver and changes in the color. After that, there may be chances of, if not rule out, then we can go for CT scan of abdomen, then MRI for the bile duct, and endoscopy will exactly rule out the potential pathology of cirrhosis of liver. The complications will be bruising and bleeding, jaundice, itching, hepatic encephalopathy, sensitive to medication, and hepatocellular carcinoma. Portal hypertension, ascites, esophageal varicose, and other organs will also be affected on an off period of time over chronicity as developed. And in case of a treatment, initially the treatment will be started with the all kind of actual or potential damage should be treated first, and a healthy diet is encouraged, especially in case of an alcohol. The alcohol should be restricted to produce such kind of alcoholic cirrhosis, and antibiotic will be prescribed in the case of infections depend on the organisms, and such medications to control the itching. Laxatives such as lactulose decrease the risk of constipation, and their role in the preventing encephalopathy is still limited. That can be divided into basically four components: preventing further damage to the liver, treating the complication of cirrhosis, preventing the liver cancer or detecting early, and fourth one is a liver transplantation. When all these medications, along with that medication which include about additional vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin K, and avoid alcohols and lifestyle modification is must. And after that, if still it is not controlled, then patient has to go for a surgical replacement of liver or liver transplantation.